in the Pacific Northwest. Real talk, real fun, all day long. Join us now. Can't go wrong. Now your host, the one, the only, ShanzDev.
Hello, Babble Buddies Northwest community.
Hello.
This is episode 26, and it is Resonate.
Okay, Shanz, what is this one about? Tell me.
In the context of feelings, resonate means to evoke a strong emotional response, a feeling of connection, or a sense of shared experience or belief. It implies that something has a profound and lasting impact on a person, causing them to feel deeply connected or understand it on a personal level.
Okay.
Resonate.
It's a lot. It's a lot for my tiny brain to understand.
Your creative brain.
Well, okay. Creative brain, but tiny at times.
No.
Side. I use the right side of my brain.
Producer Marc, you resonate.
Thank you, Shanz.
You're very welcome. The Pacific Northwest has been busy, and you may have missed a few things. So here is your PNW Summary. Ruffled feathers. Bald eagle lands on highway and causes a backup in Puyallup.
Okay, I saw this, and this is awesome. This is awesome.
Gee, boss, I was late for work because...
Yeah, right?
A bald eagle ruffled some feathers during a Friday morning commute when it landed on State Route 512 in Puyallup. The bird caused about a 2-mile backup while it sat for several minutes. The Washington State Department of Transportation posted a picture of the bird sitting alone on the road. They said, it doesn't appear to be hurt.
He's just hanging out. He just says, you know what? Traffic needs to stop for a minute. Y'all need to just take a second.
Take a second because, around the Pacific Northwest, we are known for Friday light traffic.
Friday light. Well, Friday light can be Friday heavy.
It can when
especially
there's a bald
there's
eagle.
an eagle on the road.
Troopers with Washington State Patrol stopped behind the eagle to protect it, and the bird eventually flew off. They even sent out a message on X that read that one time a bald eagle landed on State Route 512 in Puyallup in the lane while people were going freeway speed.
That one time at band camp?
I know, exactly. That's exactly what they were trying to sound like.
That one time at band camp?
Experts say eagles may land and sit on the ground for various reasons.
Okay, for why, Shanz? I know you know this.
I do because I bring the knowledge.
You do.
The reasons could be feeding, energy conservation, and scavenging.
I think he was just too full of eating some kind of...
Scavenging. Must get my Friday morning meal.
He was eating some kind of raccoon or some kind of possum or whatever on the side. And he just got too fat and he couldn't fly.
Oh, no, I can't fly. They are adaptable birds and can hunt both in the air and on land. Bald eagles are not considered mean. They have been adored for centuries as symbols of strength, freedom, power, and spiritual connection.
But if you see it up close, it looks mean.
Those eyes.
Right.
I see you. According to Native American beliefs, bald eagles are sacred and act as messengers between humans and the Creator. They embody courage and the power to lead and are the official national bird of the United States.
Yeah, it's about time they made that the official bird of the United States.
Recently it was made official.
Yes.
We've been using the bird for years.
A long time.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Congratulations, bird.
Congratulations, bird, for stopping traffic. I mean, usually it's a car wreck, right? Usually it's a car wreck.
If anyone had to tell their boss they were late to work because of the bald eagle, please email us at
BBNW@tiivideo.com.
State Route 165 Carbon River Fairfax Bridge closed until further notice. Effective immediately, the Washington State Department of Transportation has closed the State Route 165 Carbon River Fairfax Bridge to all vehicle and pedestrian traffic until further notice because the single-lane bridge that is located at milepost 11.5, 3 miles south of Carbonado in Pierce County, there's no access across the bridge now that it's 103 years old.
It's an old bridge, and the sad thing about Washington is that we have so many bridges. And so many of them need to be repaired. They're old. They're not made for 80,000 pounds to go over
103 years old. The bridge is still there, just currently not usable.
Well, it's...
But that's because...
It's made out of wood.
I know. The single-lane bridge is the preliminary findings of this 103-year-old bridge that up until recently was actively used. Findings from recent inspections of the bridge revealed new deterioration of steel supports of the more than century-old span. In the coming weeks, WashDOT bridge engineers will perform further analysis on the bridge.
Oh, you said that right.
Analysis until those results are final. WashDOT disclosing the bridge as a safety precaution.
Okay. Well, it's good. It's good that they're closing it, but it's bad because of the town. Correct? The
town, and we have we have so many bridges in Washington State. In 2024, WashDOT signed an emergency declaration that expedited work for an emergency detour route for first responders and local property owners south of the bridge. The emergency detour route is not open to the public. That's why it's an emergency detour route.
Don't try to go around and do this. And please, just stay off the bridge. Jeez.
The bridge has provided access to the Mount Rainier National Park's Mowich Lake entrance and Carbon River. Mowich. Who's which? Mowich.
It's not Mowich. It's Yo-Witch.
My Mowich.
You-Witch.
Mowich. Gonna get Mowich.
I've never even heard of Mowich.
I know. Well, I got knowledge for you.
Of course you do.
It's been a secret entrance. Oh my gosh.
A secret entrance.
It's a secret.
Secret entrance to what, Shan?
Mount Rainier National Park.
Oh.
Yes. Due to the closure of the bridge, there's now no public access to the Mowich Park entrance across from State Route 165 and surrounding areas. But this entrance was one of the ones where they're doing the timed entry now.
Yeah.
They didn't do it there.
They didn't.
So you could just wake up and say, hey, let's go to Mowich.
Hey, let's go to Mowich.
And you don't have to plan it and buy a spot.
We going to Mowich or Yo-Witch?
Which? Bring a sandwich.
Right?
Which kind of sandwich you taking to Mowich?
I'm PB&J. You know me. I'm a PB&J kind of guy.
PB&J.
Right? PB&J.
Not a ham and cheese?
Nah. PB&J all the way.
All the way. All right. In 2024 of July, the bridge's load rating was reduced to 16,000 pounds, the big bridge. This was the third restriction imposed on the bridge since 2009. In 2013, commercial vehicles were restricted from crossing the bridge. The 490-foot-long bridge.
Wow, we know how.
It's like you hold your breath and just
We
go.
know how Shan's loves bridges. We go on these road trips.
I've been on the bridge.
We go on these road trips and she closes her eyes and holds her breath like she's gonna go through the water. So I don't know what's going on.
It's all just no bridges for Shan's. The 490-foot bridge opened to travelers in 1921, way back in 1921.
Well, you know what they were doing in
back
21.
when we had to go to school uphill in the snow both ways.
Both ways with no shoes.
No shoes.
Don't forget, no shoes.
No shoes. A bridge expected to have a service life of 75 years based on current standards. Yeah. The average age of the state-owned vehicle bridges is 51 years. The Carbon River Bridge is, again, 103 years old.
Yeah, and it's like I was saying at the top of this. Bridges they're made for so long, right? But it's also you have to keep
maintain them.
If you don't upkeep, guess what happens?
You close the bridge. There is no funding available to replace the bridge at this point. Years of deferred preservation work due to limited preservation funding resulted in the updated weight restrictions and now the indefinite closure.
Come on, Ferguson. Governor Ferguson. Get on this.
Get on this.
Get on this, Governor Ferguson. I'm asking you. This is a cool place to go.
And so now some of the businesses are trying to save their town.
Okay.
Some businesses in Wilkeson, which is the town right before the bridge, some businesses in Wilkeson are seasonal, such as Simple Goodness Sisters, where this unique establishment is a combination of bar, cafe, ice cream parlor, and tasting room.
Yeah.
They reopened in April of this year and are encouraging visitors to still come to this cute little town, even though the access to Mount Rainier is not available. These girls literally grow the food, make the food, but it's a lot of it is like cocktails And you can buy their mixes, and they've just released a book. They're on a book tour.
Wow.
They've invested everything. And they made a post that caught my eye one night where they literally were walking into the town meeting and said, this is where you go and try and save a small town.
Save this town. Imagine the state just cut off access to a 100-year-old bridge. This one's the Fairfax Bridge, and that is key to bringing in tourists past your business. And then up to Mount Rainier National Park. Now that's exactly the situation I'm in. I'm Belinda Kelly, owner of the Simple Goodness Soda Shop in Wilkeson, Washington. Population around 450. And that tourist traffic is what keeps us afloat each year. Obviously, people are very concerned about this closure. It has cut off access to Mount Rainier National Park, Carbon River entrance, and popular hikes like Bonney Lake, Spray Park, and Ptolemy Peak. In addition to that, there's also about 40 people who now don't have safe access to their homes because they live on the other side of that bridge. So they have a 45-minute rough road detour that they have to use. And because there's no safe way across, right now we're talking not pedestrians, bicycles, nothing. And it's going to be 5 years to research and rebuild. What would you do? How would you save the town? And save our business. We've just announced our 6th season here in Wilkeson, and we love it here.
Yeah, well, we've been to Wilkeson many times. Yeah, we love Wilkeson. And you drive in and it has this big thing that it's over the road and it says "Welcome to Wilkeson" and blah blah blah, and it's so cool looking, isn't it? And the history. Yeah, the history there, and it's a logging town, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
right? Logging town, and it has trains and it has big.
It's got the big log. It's got the big log.
It's got the big log.
There is also the Carlson Block restaurant that offers sourdough pizza cooked on a wood-fired brick oven, as well as daily soup, salads, and small bites and desserts. Nice. Their dough and mozzarella are made fresh daily, and everything is made in-house. They are open Thursday through Sunday, 3 p.m. until they run out, or around 8 p.m.
Yeah, so you don't have to go over the bridge to get to Wilkeson.
No. And these businesses and the locals, they're all starting events.
Okay.
To bring people to Wilkeson to do things in Wilkeson. You don't just have to say, I can't go there now because I can't get to Mount Rainier. No, still go to Wilkeson. They have we've been down there when they had the parade.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
It's really cool, yeah. And if you haven't been, it's a small town, very small, very, very small.
It does have a post office. We've seen it.
Yeah, we love post office in small towns.
In small towns.
But it's one of those small towns that is just like welcoming. You know, you just walk in and you feel like you belong there.
Yes. There is such a heart to Wilkeson. So again, you should search them out on social media. We will post some of their events. It's just a great place to go, and they are trying so hard to save their town.
Yeah, and let's all help. Let's all help them. Let's all help them save.
Yeah.
You know, the ice cream's great. Go have a cocktail.
There you go.
Really, just
it's
one
homemade.
cocktail. Just one cocktail.
Homegrown. Let's go, Wilkeson. Let's
go.
Woo, woo, woo.
Uh-oh.
Fitness is really popular in Pierce County, Washington.
What do we got? Another stretchology?
Must get in my stretch. There are 3 new gyms that have opened up in Bonney Lake, Washington.
Bonney Lake.
Bonney Lake has seen a recent fitness boom with 3 new gyms opening recently. Club Pilates, Alloy Personal Training, and HOTWORX.
Hot.
He likes it hot.
I love it hot.
Club Pilates. Pilates is a low-impact exercise. Travis Peters, general manager of the Bonney Lake location, told the News Tribune, it challenges a lot of different parts of your body, and it's designed for everybody. Anybody, at any fitness level.
Okay. Well, it sounds like me. I'm like at no fitness level. No fitness level for producer Marc.
Yo, you're fitness. You're your own kind of fitness.
Yeah. It's called I know what's going on here. I know what's going on. I pay for this.
Alloy Personal Training. Alloy aims at giving residents a personalized workout while also fostering a sense of community and competitiveness. What Alloy offers is personalized training, but in small group format. And what that means is at our location, you have 1 coach and up to 6 members. Justin Frank, owner of Alloy Personal Training, told the News Tribune. And then we all stop back and say, HOTWORX.
Yep. I like it hot.
Ooh, I don't like it hot.
You like it hot.
I don't like it hot.
I know you don't.
HOTWORX Bonney Lake is attracting individuals young and old who seek the exceptional health benefits of combined infrared heat and exercise.
Oh, that infrared heat is
hot.
We did the luster thing, and man, it cooks you from the inside. It's like a microwave. It's like sitting in a microwave.
Am I done?
Yeah, well,
they got everything but a turntable
I got
in
cooked
there.
from the inside, right?
Inside out. I didn't even need to spin on the rotisserie.
No, you don't need to do that anymore on microwave.
Fancy new microwaves.
Yeah.
Offering state-of-the-art infrared saunas at HOTWORX, complemented by a cable machine for weightlifting, providing a comprehensive fitness solution.
Okay, I like the cable. I like the cable lifting. It's more aesthetic. Is that the right word? Probably not.
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Aesthetic isn't that? Isn't aesthetic visual?
I don't know.
I don't know. Aesthetic? Esthetician?
I don't.
Look.
Okay,
We're going to need a definition of aesthetic, regardless if it's part
I got
of the
the
story
word
or
wrong.
not.
Don't. I admit it. Okay, I admit it. I got the word wrong. You don't have to.
We don't know until he puts the definition on the screen. I can't wait to see what this word means.
No, it just feels. It feels better than lifting like straight weights. You feel more. Well, I don't even know the word.
Resistance? No, is it resistance training?
I don't
know. It just feels good.
It feels good.
Whether you're starting your fitness journey or looking to enhance your routine, they say their facilities are designed to maximize the effectiveness of your workouts. 3 new fitness centers in one town: Bonney Lake, Washington.
Bonney Lake.
Bonney Lake.
Bonney Lake.
All right, it is time for USA Today's Reader Choice Awards.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's
what do
get
we got?
to it. With the explosion of the farm to table movement in the United States, it's an explosion of the farm to table.
We're gonna have a big
because it's farm to table. In the United States, this trend is steadily growing. There are now more than 8,600 registered USDA farmers market directories, and so the USA Today expert panel nominated their top picks for farmers markets across the country. Then the USA Today readers voted to determine the winners, and the number 9 best farmers market is Maple Valley Farmers Market. Woo!
Holy
Number 9.
Really?
8,600 registered farmers markets, and Maple Valley is number 9.
Wow, that is amazing, because we've been to a couple that are pretty cool. The one in Wenatchee is amazing. They have that every weekend, right? Or probably in the summertime.
Yeah, the public market with and it's covered.
Yeah, and it's covered. And I don't know why Maple Valley doesn't do this. It doesn't get any good ideas from Wenatchee, but
we're in the trees.
But I'm sure it's because the people that show
Open
up.
air, yeah. They want the Pacific Northwest vibe.
And that's and it's just. I'm happy for them. No, that's great.
That's awesome.
What a great place.
8,600 registered farmers markets, and you're number 9. Congratulations, Maple Valley Farmers Market.
Congratulations, Maple Valley.
For those of you not quite in the know, a little under 30 miles away from one of the nation's most famous public markets, Pike Place in Seattle, this seasonal market hosts vendors selling seafood, meat, organic produce, wine, glassworks, you name it. Yeah. Locals anxiously await its annual reopening and gorgeous forested setting. Told you we were in the trees.
We are.
Where it operates on Saturdays each May through October. Congratulations again to Maple Valley's Farmers Market and all your vendors and the goodness that you provide to the community.
Yeah, and we know a few of them.
Yes.
We have a few of them on our list that we're gonna probably talk to this year, right?
Yeah.
So
let's go Maple Valley Farmers Market.
Let's go Maple Valley. Woohoo!
Shop local. Woo 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 woo.
What do they call it? Farm to plate?
Farm to table.
Farm to
table.
I like farm to plate. I like farm to plate.
Farm to plate? Yeah.
Farm to plate.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You just got to pick the bugs off. No, you don't have to pick the bugs off.
That's Bigfoot. Bigfoot's always picking something. So we have a BBNW road trip. The Babble Buddies Northwest Podcast loves going on the road. North Bend is a city in King County, Washington, on the outskirts of the Seattle metropolitan area, and the population as of the 2020 census was 7,461. Moving on to North Bend fun facts.
Okay.
North Bend was made famous by David Lynch's television series Twin Peaks.
Did you? Whoa. Did you ever watch the show?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, North Bend was made famous by David Lynch's television series Twin Peaks, and the show immortalized Tweed's Cafe and its cherry pie and damn fine cup of coffee.
Damn fine.
Which you can still enjoy today. Side note, we have been to Tweed's.
Yeah.
We have been to the Roslyn Cafe from Northern Exposure.
Yeah, we've been to the...
Obviously have gone to North Bend.
North Bend Bar and Grill. I mean, it's
a great town.
It really is. It's just like Wilkeson. It's a little bit bigger than Wilkeson.
A little bit
got
bigger,
some more
but
stuff.
it's got that vibe
It's
of
got
awesome.
that small town, hey, how you doing?
Yep,
kinda,
exactly.
Yeah, we
100%.
love it. We love it.
And for those of you that like it hot,
what?
The all-time record high temperature was set in 2009, and it was 105 degrees.
Well, yeah, that's a little hot for me, especially the humidity over here. It's just a little hot. Yeah.
North Bend and the surrounding Upper Valley are home to resident elk herd numbering between 300 and 600 elk. North Bend also features an impressive array of hiking and bicycling trails and paths, including the most famous and popular hike in Washington State, the Mount Si Trail, a strenuous 8-mile round-trip hike with an elevation gain of over 4,000 feet. That we have not done.
So no, but my dad.
He did the hike?
He's from Bellevue, and he did, but it was back in the early days. You know, way back.
That was probably even more strenuous because it wasn't.
There was no trail.
Down.
There was no trail, and then when he got up to the top, they would just sit down, slide on their butt all the way down the hill. And guess what Mama said when he got home?
You're gonna need new britches.
You'll need new britches.
Mount Si is named for Josiah Merritt, Uncle Si, who passed away in 1882.
Uncle Si. It sounds like the Duck Dynasty guy. Duck Dynasty has an Uncle Si.
I don't know how you get Si out of Josiah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Josiah.
There you go,
Did you see the light bulb?
Yep. Bing! We're going to put one over her head. Don't worry.
I go through much of my life with a light bulb because I finally get it.
Yep, she does. I've seen it.
The Native Americans who inhabited the Snoqualmie Valley, led by Chief Pat Canham, cited Pat Canham. They got some funky names
Pat
up there.
Well, we don't care. We love it. We love North Bend.
Sided with settlers in the local wars of the 1850s. The first permanent settler in the valley was Jeremiah Borst in 1858, who traveled west by ox team. Honey, let's load up the ox and go.
Load up the ox. Make sure you bring studio, dog.
Does the ox haul?
No, they pull, just like the thing we saw in Enumclaw, but the big statue in Enumclaw.
Oh,
yeah, they pull. They're
all
very,
the gear and you walk along.
Yeah, ox are very strong.
Little oxy here.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Here,
No, they're humongous, and you don't go.
Are you sure?
No.
They will trample you. In 1865, Mats Peterson platted North Bend as Snoqualmie, but because another nearby town had the same name, he renamed it to Mountain View. However, the post office department objected to the name, so it was renamed North Bend after its location near the north bend of the South Fork of the Snoqualmie River.
Yep.
North Bend is also known for the one and only Bob Antone and his wonderful wife and partner in their house of culture.
Laura.
Yes.
We're sitting in 2 chairs in a house that is about 30 miles east of Seattle in a little town called North Bend, Washington, also known as the real Twin Peaks. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about us. It's about us today.
It is awesome. You go there, the front door is a huge chalkboard with chalk, and you can just write stuff, or they'll leave notes.
If they're not home, you just leave a message.
With
chalk.
Bob will get back to you.
He will.
Maybe Miss Laura. We don't know.
We don't know.
It was funny because we walked outside. This was 2015, and a little red car pulled out in front of our house. And I looked and I said, oh my God, that's David Lynch and that's Marc Frost, because they were filming The Return, Twin Peaks Season 3.
The Babble Buddies Northwest team took a road trip up to North Bend and are just still so fantastically proud to have met and know some amazing people with so much goodness to share with the world.
Yep.
This is Bob and Laura Antone.
This is my grandparents' house. My great-grandmother passed away here in 1950, and both of my grandparents also passed away here. Lots of history. I grew up visiting my grandparents almost every day until I was about 12 years old. And my grandpa sat in this corner, and I learned about oral histories of the area. He hopped trains. He was a hobo. He arrived in Snoqualmie in the 1920s, and he worked in the woods. He worked on the railroad. He also worked at the mill, Snoqualmie Falls Lumber Company. My grandmother was a nurse. She graduated in about 1930, and she came out to Seattle, and she met my grandfather in Snoqualmie in 1932. So lots of memories in this wonderful house. We keep it alive. It's kind of a house of culture. I teach music lessons Monday through Friday. I teach various instruments, violin, piano, guitar. I even have banjo students. And so we try to keep it open and almost like you're light, like you're visiting your aunt and uncle or your grandparents. And people come in, the whole family comes in there. Everybody's welcome. Everybody just hangs out, and it's just a lot of fun.
Well, and in this house of culture, you have all the music and the instruments that you do, and you teach your wood carving here as well?
I have a few wood carving students, and so that's a very rare art form. Actually, there's not very many wood carvers left in this neighborhood. There used to be a German wood carver, Audi Hensch, just about a mile away, and he died when he was in his 90s. And so I have his sharpening set, and I have some of his tools, and I inherited some of the wood. And so we keep those memories alive and keep that tradition alive. There's our wonderful display of tools, and my son has some of his saws, and his climbing gear. Oh, absolutely. All of it.
You use all of them.
Shipwright tools. Crosscut saw. This is just a hammer in case I want to hit somebody over the head with it. You know we have a basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, we teach wood carving here, and like I said, most people, they're into 3D printers right now, which is great, that's fine, but hands-on whittling with a knife, using axes, using hand tools, that's not as common.
Do they have specific safety gear that they wear sometimes? Like the big...
Probably.
Oh, probably.
Probably,
Okay.
probably.
But we're in North Bend, so...
Yeah, we don't really care. Yeah, here you go.
Is this all I'm supposed to...
Yeah, just try to take the material off there, young lady.
Am I supposed to be directing it at any point? What am I doing? Am I going in and pulling or pushing or...
Just go with it. Just go with it, man.
He's just going to let me keep trying to come up with words. I'm using my words, Bob.
You remember that tea that we served earlier? I spiked it.
It's all coming out down
Yeah.
there. There's Bigfoot and Buddy.
And it's definitely something that is the local heritage, because timber and wood, we live in a timber community.
Silly question time.
Yeah.
This color, and then like a hardcore clear coat to protect it from the Pacific Northwest elements, or...
I might take a blowtorch and we might just burn the whole thing, scorch it, and then tongue oil over that. Just natural oil.
Party at Bob's!
Yeah.
I'll bring the marshmallows!
What was a logging community, and the mill, Weyerhaeuser Mill, Snoqualmie Falls Lumber Company, was the main employer. And so everything around here was in service to loggers and people who worked in the timber industry and wood product. So wood product is like number one. I mean, it's part of our heritage. And so my grandfather was a lumber grader at Weyerhaeuser Mill, which was then called Snoqualmie Falls Lumber Company. Now, if you go up to the site in Snoqualmie, it's Dirtfish Rally. It's not the same as it used to be. There's a shell of the original plywood mill. There's still a stack there visible, but the history is gone. It's considered a ghost town. Snoqualmie Falls is considered a ghost town, which is awesome. So my dad was born in a ghost town. This house, speaking of ghosts, speaking of paranormal and ghosts, we have I guess you'd call it a side hustle. It's word of mouth. We have something called Hidden Northwest Tours. Now, we don't advertise. It's just for fun, but people know that this location is a home base for private guided tours, whether that be Bigfoot tours. We take people out in the woods to locations where folks have experienced Sasquatch or Bigfoot, and we also go to haunted and cursed locations, and we get contacted all the time. People will just send an email or call, and sometimes there's celebrities that show up here, and wow, you've heard of us? Wow, how cool is that? You want to go out in the woods? Yeah, let's go, let's do it. And we don't necessarily charge money. We just do it for fun. We have charged money before when we're serving like lunch, or if there's extensive travel or whatever. But a lot of times we just go out and we're just doing it because of the culture and the history. We want to hold on to it. Every script that we've written, we save it. So believe it or not, all the towns from Snoqualmie Pass all the way down to Monroe, over to Issaquah, Bellevue, we've explored Cle Elum and Roslyn. We have written a script for every single town, and every one of those scripts we have saved. And these are stories that we've collected. People delivering the paper, for instance, in 1977, the Seattle PI, they throw the paper in the yard and suddenly they realize that they see a 9-foot-tall Sasquatch staring at them. Things like that. Folks that believe that their house is maybe, cursed in some way, and they've had some really horrible kind of poltergeist activity. There was a gentleman in Snoqualmie that actually contacted us, and he had this persistent knocking above his office space. And it sounded like somebody knocking on the ceiling, and he's like, what the hell is that? And it disturbed him and his wife so much that he finally reached out to Laura and I, and he explained that he went up in the attic and he was looking at the very spot where he kept hearing this knocking. There's no plumbing there, nothing. It's not like, plumbing, water knocks, nothing like that. There was no plumbing or anything there. He even recreated it with his hand. He knocked on the drywall from the other side, and it sounded exactly like the sound he's been hearing. So, I don't know, he had some kind of leprechaun living in his attic or something, but yeah, this is something that persisted and persisted and persisted, and he begged us for help. He was very frightened. He left some desperate voicemails on our phone, and we finally just kind of calmed him down, and we just kind of said, hey, there are some spirits around here. These beings have been here for a long time, and if you show them respect, they will go away. They're little people. You just talk to it, show respect, it'll stop. And sure enough, it stopped.
I understand that you are big on Bigfoot and the Bigfoot community.
We've had someone contact us in the last 10 years who wanted me to go out with him and no questions asked, shoot, and
he said he had an arsenal.
He had an arsenal ready to go.
To shoot a Sasquatch.
He wanted to hunt Sasquatch?
No, that's illegal in Skamania County, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, so he reached out, he called him on the phone, and he wouldn't tell me what he wanted to talk to Bob about it, and I kept on saying, well, can I at least get your name? He says, no, I just need to talk to him, please. I went and I got him from outside. He's working on the project, and yeah, he asked him, no questions asked, wants to be able to go out, he wanted to be able to prove that Sasquatch was real, load him up in the back of the truck and, display him so the whole world could, and he said, well, he can't do that.
I said, I'm not going to shoot a Bigfoot. I refuse. I refuse.
No.
I'm not going to shoot a Bigfoot.
Right.
Yeah, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the run, going 90 miles an hour, taking 40-footed jump. Never been caught, ran up a tree. Some folks say he looks a lot like me.
But we get people knocking on our door, looking for information about Bigfoot, and we've had lots of people again contact us word of mouth. And I think it's interesting and it's fun. It's very enjoyable. We love meeting people from all over the place. But yeah, we're a location that is understood as a place for Bigfoot research. We collect stories. We're not scientists, but hey, we collect stories and oral histories. We have them documented. And you could call them folk tales. I wasn't there, you weren't there, but it's a story. It's worth something. You got to write it down.
Now, there are stories of rangers spotting what looks like campfires over on Wizard Island. And they're like, oh, God, we got to go over there and tell those campers they're not allowed to be there. Oh, my God.
We had the Bigfoot Field Research Organization here a few weekends ago. There was a man named Robert Parker. He's a senior researcher. He'd been working with John Green from British Columbia. He started in the late 1960s. He had a sighting on top of Mount Si of Sasquatch. It was him and 4 of his friends, and they were riding dirt bikes, up the old logging road to the top of Mount Si. And they had this encounter, and they saw Bigfoot, or they saw a Sasquatch directly in front of them, and everybody clearly could make out the face and the shoulders and the conical head, and it frightened them. And so from then on, he contacted a few other folks, and he got involved in BFRO. And for 45 years, Robert Parker has been writing down these stories. And if you go to the website, you can look at Maple Valley, for instance, or Enumclaw. You can look up specific locations. They will have them by date, the oldest to the most recent sighting, and as much scientific knowledge as they can provide. And Robert Parker is often the reporter. So he came here and sat in the chair here about 2 weeks ago, and we talked Sasquatch, and I shared, we shared some, encounters of our own, and that was very interesting. So.
Hey, and I'm Bob Antone. Go ahead and clap. Yeah!
Tinkham Road is a paranormal string band. So we specialize in Northwest history and true crime and ghosts and UFOs and Bigfoot and anything strange like zebras running loose in North Bend or our pig, Cornelius Cobb. Anything. And logging ballads. I especially like to keep alive the logging traditions, the timber community music and storytelling and poetry. There used to be a lot of poetry, woods genre poetry, that was very prevalent in this area, and a lot of it has been lost, and we keep alive the old Northwest ballads. I'm very proud to be from here, born and raised, and it is a personal, it's a commitment on our part to keep the heritage and history alive, to keep the civic pride, because as new people come in, which I'm okay with, we're okay with that. There's a lot of support from people who have just moved here. The culture starts to fade. It starts to get watered down, and people forget the old names. They forget the elders. They forget the families that built the town. We're here to remind them. We're here to keep the magic alive, the wonder, the mystery, the campfire stories, the tall tales, the loggers, the music. That's what we're here to do. We don't want it to die. We want it to stick around. And it's still here. There's pieces of it that are still here. We make a living off of music education. The paranormal and the storytelling and all of that is our passion. I tell stories because I love to tell stories, and that's what my grandparents did too. So it's very natural for me. My father, my uncles, my aunts, everybody was telling stories. It was before the internet. People weren't on their phones, staring at their phones. We would just tell stories around the campfire or in the living room, just like we are right now. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful, healing thing to do. It's very wonderful. And to get children into it, the next generation, get them away from their screens and get their imagination buzzing.
Visit.
Man,
fine folks and a cute little pig, Cornelius Cobb.
Well, and if you haven't seen our world premiere of the Cornelius Cobb, Corn Cob, his music video, check it out. It's so cute. And we met Cornelius. We love him. We love Bob. We love Laura. couldn't be nicer people, and just wanna tell stories about.
Tell stories, share goodness, teach.
Yeah, teach.
Teach, learn. It's just tremendous.
Yeah,
They couldn't have been any more welcoming when we got up there.
And for someone that, you know, you just kind of pull in their driveway and just like, hey, how's it going? They were just like, come on in.
Come on in. Like, when do we get to meet the pig? Let's talk first. So the amount of history and knowledge that they have to share is incredibly awesome, and we highly suggest you learn more about Bob Antone and his wonderful wife, Laura. Hey, producer.
Hey, Shans.
What's Bigfoot's favorite game?
Oh, God. Why do you try to do this to me?
Because I like to see the answer from the creative mind of producer Marc.
Creative mind says it's got to be.
Ooh, that was a thinking face if I ever saw one. Wow.
It's got to be. It has to do something with his big feet, right? So, I mean, I'm size 9. I don't have big feet. Twister. I'm guessing his favorite game is Twister.
That's a very good guess, but the answer really is hide and seek.
No, of course. No one can find him.
Bigfoot, currently you are the champion.
He is the champion.
Well, thank you, Babble Buddies Northwest Podcast
so
community.
Much. Thank you.
We appreciate every one of you. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Thank you. I am ShanzDev, and you know what I say? I say, be better at life.
And I say, go Bigfoot. Go big.
That's producer Marc. Woo! Yes!